Yes, Shadow Milk Cookie. We're talking about you yet again. I mean, after all, one of my most popular videos is about Shadow Milk Cookie, so let's talk about you again, Shadow Milk Cookie. And more specifically, we're gonna talk about the epidemic of simps for Shadow Milk Cookie. It just kind of made me wonder, why do so many people simp for Shadow Milk Cookie? You know what they say, the history book on the shelf is always repeating itself. You know what happened with Almond Cookie back in the day? And with Eggnog Cookie, don't ya? Now, obviously, we're not gonna get freaky in this video. We're not gonna say explicit details simply because I want my content to be appropriate for people of all ages. And in general, I don't really think that my channel is the place for such things. Before we get into this, I just wanna put a little disclaimer. There is nothing wrong with crushing on fictional characters. I myself have done it a lot, and I think it's totally normal, even if it's Shadow Milk Cookie, of course. That doesn't mean you're weird or that I don't like you just because you simp for Shadow Milk Cookie. That's totally cool. But what surprised me is the number of people who simp for Shadow Milk Cookie. Like, why is it exactly him? Maybe I just don't see the appeal because I personally don't really simp for him, although I do understand where people are coming from. But it's just not my cup of tea, really. And fun little fact, my first fictional crush was when I was like 9 years old, and it was Lloyd from Lego Ninjago. This comment right here says, the amount of Shadow Milk Cookie PFPs here is concerning and terrifying. I honestly get that. Even in mainstream TikTok spaces, I sometimes see a Shadow Milk Cookie profile picture. That just shows how popular this character is. And I don't mind that, but there are various indications that the obsession with this character is big. But we're obviously not gonna list the more suggestive parts of the story. I'm simply making a commentary. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm not judging anyone. I just found this pretty interesting. Are we performing a dark ritual over here? I can't even make out what's going on. Of course, I don't mean to hate on this person. I just found it pretty funny. I mean, that's probably the point after all. But anyways, don't worry. You're still my comrade. You're still a fellow Cookie Run fan. And I must confess, I act pretty weird too, so we're on the same page here. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. And what I'm about to show next is actually wild. This person right here said, "Hear me out," and it was a video about Shadow Milk Cookie. And then the official, yes, the damn official Cookie Run profile replied with, "No." I just thought that this was hilarious. It's too much, even for the developers themselves now, isn't it? I mean, it's pretty fantastic that they added a cookie that these fans can relate to, because that's just the truth and they're not even denying it. And I beg your pardon, but how is this already sold out? I mean, I do want one, kinda. I appreciate his looks, alright. I appreciate his looks. He's really cool. But anyways, keep in mind, everything I said in this video was completely lighthearted, and I don't mean any harm, and I don't mean to judge anyone. So yeah, that is my opinion. I personally think that Shadow Milk is the most liked cookie. You can see many other cookies having a lot of fans, but personally, I think the main focus is Shadow Milk as of now. And honestly, maybe we could have had Eternal Sugar instead of him for the anniversary if the demand for him wasn't as high. So in general, what do you think of this Shadow Milk fever? I just want to know your thoughts. Personally, it doesn't bother me, and I do love all my friends, including those who simp for Shadow Milk Cookie. And with that, I will end the video. Goodbye, everyone.